Hey, everybody, here we are for another brief. We call them the 10 minutes, but sometimes they're 8, sometimes they're 12, where we take a question out of our questions we get every month. We get 50, 60 questions a month, and we put them in a hat, and then I pull them out. Now, I want to introduce you, our guest today, Sara Lyons. You've seen Sara. Sara, you want to say hello?
Hello, it's great to be here.
Sara is Sarah's also on our board of advisors. So she actually gives us way too much time and is a brand new client. So we love Sara. So listen, we started something a couple of months ago, and Sara already pointed that out to me. For a long time, I was taking one question out and just, hey, here's your question. We do take two options out now because you might want to not take that weird thing that somebody sent in. All right, Sara. Today we're going to talk about. I hope we talk about it. Is how does working in PS help you for all the steps or more steps in your career? What do we learn? What capabilities? I mean, why is it a profession and a benefit to us? Now, by the way, the question wasn't that long.
Okay, this is a great question. I think professional services might be the best job to prepare you for anything in your career or life to come because not only do you have to learn an industry, learn a technology, which to me, that's the easy part. There's articles, there's books, you can learn that stuff. But you get things thrown at you like conflict resolution, time management, stress management, things that are going to apply to any career you take. If you like pivot and get out of services, you're going to have to deal with those things no matter what. Um, if you just think about, I know you have this same background. If you think about when you are working with multiple clients, they're not all going to be happy. And usually, if you are talking to one of them, it's because they are very unhappy. So you need to, like I said, conflict resolution. You're going to have to resolve some kind of issue that they're having, which includes empathizing with them and being able to, take the temperature down a notch without being condescending. And those are tough skills to learn if you're not in it every day. I mean, I've told people it can be almost second nature now after you do it 20, 25 years. And you might take for granted, not everyone gets that opportunity. It seems like it's not a fun situation when you're in it, but it can benefit you so much in your career and your personal life.
Yeah, I think you hit it. There's no better. I would much rather have, and I'll tell you a quick story. I'd much rather have someone who went through PS on my staff for any job because they're tough. And they also get this weird concept that you work for everybody. And that means you're in charge of your decisions and career, and you can't just give your problem to other people
Hmm.
because what you do every day is in live. So my quick story is my first job out of consulting, I was COO of a big tech company. And they shouldn't have hired me, by the way. Let's just be honest about that. I should have got somebody from software. But anyway, that was my first job out of consulting and, thousands of employees and stuff. But you know what I did? Everybody who directly reported to me across the earth, PS. Everybody. I knew that if I got PS people, they were just going to be tougher, better. And they had to think on their feet and they had to think ahead and they had to, I think it's great. But I will say a drawback to me in my own career, and this is a confession, I am less tolerant of people who don't obey, and I hate this about me, of people who don't obey the PS rules. Like, why are you giving me your problem? Why are you asking me to review this? Aren't you paid? I work on that all the time. But when I'm with PS, like you and I working together, I mean, it's easy. You tell me something's going to happen, it's going to happen,
Hmm.
right?
I've shared with you. I tell our team always think 3 steps ahead and always think what is the worst thing that could possibly happen in this situation. I hope it doesn't happen, but then you're always prepared. I had one friend tell me that's no way to live. Like you're always going to be stressed out. I said it's the perfect way to live because you're prepared for every
No,
single.
no, you're not stressed out. You're not stressed out. And you do get used to it. I have a daughter who I was just talking to on the phone who's a partner in a firm. And I remember her growing up. through the business, and she was stressed. And then one day, it all clicked. I mean, she got into the groove. And now it's like, oh, okay, well, this is, and you get predictive, right? It's not always the worst thing. You can kind of smell it. Like I've traveled so much, I can tell if a plane's not going.
Right.
Right. I can just tell. I'll just get off. So, oh, we're going to be a half an hour late. Now this one's never going to go. Well, how do you know that? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the air. The pilot's going to time out. It's some. Matter of fact, we were going to Disney World after Christmas one year, and we had a problem. And I said, oh, honey, here's what's going to happen. And this is from BPS. Pilot's going to time out, and there will be no more flights to Disney World. And we're going to rebook this. And as long as and that's going to take me most of the afternoon to rebook this because I got to rebook Disney and the flights and the air and the hotels. And I said, as long as we're going to do that, we should give that to one of our kids who has, two of them had new babies and they'll want to get away. She's like, you got all that from, we're going to be delayed. And I go, I can just tell you what's going to happen. So I do think it's a valuable skill. Also, I think it can be a lot of fun.
It is fun. It is fun. And you get some great stories. You reminded me when you were telling your Disney World trip. I went to Asia a couple of years ago, and I might have told you this, and I got rerouted all over Asia, the Middle East. I was in like 5 different countries. It took me 3 days to get to where I was going, but I was able to problem solve. So that's another skill that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to practice very much. I figured out how to get to where I needed to be. And it's one of the best stories that I've ever been able to.
Oh, yeah, you get great stories. You're right. You get great stories. We were going to Germany from London one time, and the flight was canceled. And I was with a client and a manager in our firm. And the client said, well, I guess we won't make the 8 o'clock meeting tomorrow. And she immediately said, are you kidding me? There are literally tons of high-speed trains in Germany. We just got to get a flight to one town that has a late train. He goes, what? Y'all would do that? Every day, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not missing our 8 a.m. meeting. And we got there 2 a.m. And he, the next day, didn't come for the first 2 hours, the client, because he is tired.
Right. And it's like you said, if you work with someone from services or consulting for the most part, they will figure out a way to get it done.
Yeah.
And not you do take it for granted. I agree with you.
And I think to kind of bring it, and thank you so much for joining. Love having you. But to kind of bring it back for their benefit, this really it will make you better in every job you do. Yes. Don't be afraid to go get other jobs. Look for people who have a background like yours. If you're changing jobs, to say that executive knows what I can do. And be proud of what you've done. I know sometimes we work in firms that don't really even care what we do or know what we do, or we don't always have a seat at the highest table, but we are the difference. We are the sticky.
I agree 1,000%. And thank you for having me. It's always fun.
All right. So everybody, remember, attach yourself to Sara, get to know her. I mean, just a gold mine of good advice and great stuff. And everybody have a great week.